I call to order the meeting of the Pasadena Independent School District Board of Trustees in regular session on Tuesday, April 27th, 2021, by telephonic and/or video conferences and in person in accordance with suspension of certain provisions of the Texas Open Meetings Act as authorized by the Governor of Texas and the state's Attorney General at 36 p.m. Board members present, Ms. Maricel Keano, Mr. Fred Roberts, Mrs. Nelda Sullivan, Mr. Jack Bailey, Mr. Marshall Kendrick, and myself, Vicki Morgan. Mr. Fernandez has not joined us yet, so at this time he is absent. Let the record indicate that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting is duly called, and that notice of this meeting was posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. The invocation this evening will be given by Mr. Kendrick and the pledges by Mr. Roberts. Would you stand, please?
Heavenly Father, we come to you today thankful for your love for us and your watch care over us. We thank you for a district that's getting close to the end of school, that in spite of all the challenges and obstacles that we've had to deal with, that we come to a good end and a healthy end. We just look forward to a new year that we may be back to what we call normal. We thank you for your grace and your mercy. We thank you for the recovery that Steve is seeing at CTE. Pray that will continue. We continue to pray for Missy and her struggle and the things that she's challenging with right now, and also with other members of our district who are facing health problems. Father, we just ask that you would bless us, that you'd give us discernment tonight. We pray for our superintendent and for her strength and for her health and for your wisdom for her. We just ask that you watch over our first line responders, to protect us and stand in the line, sometimes with no thankfulness, but what will we do without them? We just appreciate what they do, Father. In your name we ask. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Please face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now the great Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Now we have policy update presentation, and our counsel, Jody Kinnemer, will update us on the update.
Hi, good evening, board members. This is TASB Update 116. It is in response to the last legislative session. Believe it or not, we're still looking at policy updates from 2019. This is mostly focused with respect to the legal policies on updates to the Texas Administrative Code that followed laws that were adopted during the last legislative session. It affected in particular 4 local policies in Pasadena ISD, one of which, FFAC local, we are not suggesting or recommending that you adopt at this time. We would potentially bring that back for you, but we would need to develop the regs that would go along with that policy and want to make sure that we're doing that at the same time. So for the other 3, the changes to those local policies are pretty minimal. 2 of those just include clarifying notations, and 1 provides a clarifying statement that the board is delegating authority to the superintendent to select the cybersecurity training that the district employees will use. Are there any questions?
Are we required to hire a cybersecurity officer under all this?
Ms. Sullivan, will you pull your microphone down?
Sorry. Are we required to hire a cybersecurity officer
I
to
don't know.
implement this?
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I don't know that we're required to hire a specific person for that particular task or role. I think we do have to have individuals that are responsible for cybersecurity. But what the specific local policy provision is dealing with is the legal requirement that all of our employees, right, or that the vast majority of them take an annual cybersecurity training course. We developed ours in-house. It is on the Texas TEA agency's approved list to use. And that's the one that has been in use and that we would plan to continue using.
Other questions?
I have a question
Okay.
on, GKA local.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I'm a little thick, which is true, but on the, but the no violation of this policy occurs when, explain number 2, page 28.
That's for your officers who are carrying weapons
Okay.
or other employees. So remember, some of these policies
Other
are,
employees?
right, so our policy would not authorize other employees to do that. And so it's limited to, right, by proper authorities. And so our proper authorities in this school district would be our police officers. Yes,
Only.
Thank you.
yes. Yeah, we do not have school marshals under that bill.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other questions? Hearing none, then we'll take action on this during the regular meeting. And so we're going to adjourn to closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.074 for the purpose of considering the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer employee, or to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee concerning matters related to the superintendent's recommendations to hire administrative personnel and/or superintendent's recommendation related to renewals, non-renewals, and terminations of contracts for professional personnel. 551.071 to consult with district's attorneys concerning matters on which the attorney's duty to the district under the Code of Professional Responsibility clearly conflicts with the Texas Open Meetings Act. To seek the advice of its attorney about pending or contemplated litigation or a settlement offer, and/or to consider legal advice regarding terms specifically listed on the agenda. 551.072 for the purpose of discussing the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. And we will reconvene in open session as near 7 p.m. as we can get in here. Thank you. The board is reconvening in open session. It is 7:00 p.m. We welcome you to the meeting of the Pasadena School District Board of Trustees. And first, we have special recognitions.
All right,
Dr. Powell.
board members, we have some exciting special recognitions this evening. So I'm going to start with Dreambox. We'd like to recognize our great campus leaders from Cruz Elementary School for their recognition as the grand champion of our district's Dreambox Campus Challenge for K through 4 mathematics, and one of our great PISD teachers, Martina Lopez from Young Elementary School. So just a second, because I think I'm still in some of your thunder here. She's also one of the classroom's recognition as grand champion. So super exciting. So Janet Nuzzi, if you don't know, our rock star PISD elementary mathematics specialist, this is her live and in person tonight to help us recognize our outstanding educators for these awards. So I'll turn it over to you and you can give us the good news.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you, Dr. Powell and board members for allowing us the opportunity to recognize and celebrate the students and teachers of Pasadena ISD for their efforts during our 2021 Dreambox Math Challenge. During the months of February and March, the students across our 36 elementary campuses competed in our district Dreambox Math Challenge for K-4 mathematics. Our first celebration is our district grand champion, most efficient usage, Cruz Elementary. Over the course of the challenge, 100% of the students at Cruz Elementary School signed into Dreambox, and 94% of the students completed at least 12 Dreambox lessons. These efforts provided our students with numerous opportunities to develop mathematical proficiency, and these efforts activated the Predictive Insights feature of Dreambox, which provides teachers with predictions regarding their students' progress towards grade level mastery. With our second and third place campuses achieving 86% and 84% sufficient usage, the 94% sufficient usage from Cruz Elementary is definitely an accomplishment. And so congratulations to Sandra Buckner, principal, Edgar Lopez, assistant principal, and Jan Teague, mathematics campus coach, for their campus's recognition as the 2021 Dreambox Challenge District Grand Champion for most efficient usage. And campus leaders, if you are present, will you please unmute yourself, say hello and wave at us so that we can recognize you.
Hello. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Dr. Powell.
Hi, guys. Thanks, everybody.
Great job.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you, Cruz Elementary. All right, and our second celebration is our district grand champion for greatest number of lessons completed, Miss Martina Lopez at Young Elementary. And the 14 students in Miss Lopez's fourth grade classroom completed 2,991 lessons over the course of the challenge, with students demonstrating proficiency in numerous mathematical standards. With the students in the majority of our top 10 classrooms in each grade level completing between 1,000 to 1,800 classrooms, the 2,991 lessons completed by the students in Ms. Lopez's classroom is definitely an accomplishment. So congratulations to Ms. Lopez and her students for their recognition as the 2021 Dreambox Challenge Classroom Grand Champion. And Ms. Lopez, if you are present, will you please unmute yourself, say hello, and wave at us so that we can recognize you?
Hello, I'm here. I'm excited.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ms. Lopez. And Dr. Powell and board members, we are also excited to share that since the beginning of the school year, the students across our 36 campuses have completed more than 2,800,000 lessons, and Dreambox have demonstrated 71% growth in mathematical proficiency. And so what a wonderful celebration, and thank you for your support of these efforts. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, next I have an exciting introduction. We have Billy Pringle here, who's the Associate Executive Director for the Texas Association of Secondary School Principals and the State Director for the National Forum Schools to Watch. So he'll make a special presentation to 3 of our campuses. We're glad to have him here tonight because he's always bringing us good news, right?
I was smiling behind the mask.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Superintendent Powell, and thank you, board members, for allowing me to be here this evening to honor some outstanding campuses from Pasadena ISD. I wanted to say just a real quick note about this district. You are regarded, you may not know this, but you are regarded as one of the highest achieving districts in the United States.
Say that again, please.
You
Say
are
it loud and
regarded
proud.
in circles across this country as one of the highest achieving districts in the United States.
Wow.
And I mean that sincerely. I serve on a board with educators from all across the country that have been in the business for a long time. When I speak of Pasadena, they know it, and they actually brag on you all. So I just wanted to let you know that you all are doing great things. And it's not just because I'm here tonight to say that, but it is important that you know that and continue to build each other up with what you're doing. So my name is Billy Pringle. I'm Associate Executive Director with the Texas Association of Secondary School Principals. And I'm also State Director for Schools to Watch. And it's an honor to be here, as I said. Schools to Watch is a program, a national program that started about 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago. Some of the best minds in middle level education came together to develop a program to recognize middle level achievement and to challenge schools to reach higher levels. And so this program currently recognizes across this country model campuses. And so in the United States, there are a little over 500 campuses that have earned the distinction and currently have the honor of being a Schools to Watch. In Texas, there are 53 campuses that have earned the distinction. And you think about just in Texas alone, there are thousands of middle level campuses in this state. And so 53 have taken on the challenge, have actually gone through the process and have earned the distinction. And so it is an honor to tell you that 6 of the 53 are from Pasadena ISD. Now, I will tell you, there are a couple other districts across the state that are challenged. They're going to be after you guys. So keep up the good work. I just appreciate all the efforts by the campuses here and the leadership. These campuses have strong leaders, without a doubt, and that is one important component. But we look at four things. We look at academic excellence. We look at social equity among the students. We look at the developmental responsiveness, how well the staffs are trained in middle level education and doing what's best for kids at this age. And then we look at the organizational structures and processes. And it is not easy to gain this distinction. It is not. I could go through all the things that they've had to go through to get this, but I'm not going to labor you with that. So it's a great achievement, a great accomplishment. And so there are three campuses that have previously, actually four that have actually earned the recognition: Molillo, Fred Roberts, and Beverly Hills, along with one of the campuses that redesignated this year to earn the distinction again. The difference in the Schools to Watch program from, say, Blue Ribbon schools is that every 3 years, campuses who desire to keep the distinction have to go through the process again. They have to show growth and that they're doing the things to keep themselves at the cutting edge. So it's an honor that one of the campuses earned that redesignation and distinction this year as well. So without further ado, the first campus that I want to recognize tonight, just an outstanding place. I had a great visit, the team and I. The application that we read was outstanding, and then the visit was also, even though a lot of it was virtual, it was still outstanding. And it's just the nature of the beast this year. But 2021, and let me go back. On behalf of TASSP and the National Forum, I need to say that my executive director, he would love to have been here as well, Archie McAfee, but he couldn't. And then also the board from the National Forum, they're just delighted that I could make this recognition tonight. But I'm going to ask Principal Ronika Lee to come forward. Bondi Intermediate School has earned national distinction as a school to watch. No, that's fine. You can stay right there.
You want to go further down here and then we'll just keep bringing them in?
I'm not
You don't
the
leave, Ronika, do you?
She's got to celebrate for as long.
Yeah.
Our next campus that earned distinction this year as a newly designated school to watch, Principal Scott Pollock, and it's an honor to also recognize this campus, Milstead Middle School. Congratulations.
Congratulations, quite an honor.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Good job, Lance.
You gonna be a helper?
And then, as I mentioned earlier, campuses must go through a 3-year process, a 3-year cycle of redesignating. So they go through the application, the rubric, and then a site visit is also a part of the process. And so this particular middle school is being recognized for the 3rd time. So they've gone through the process twice. And I will say that there was a principal change a few years ago, and that's sometimes a challenge when a new principal comes in to keep a program, alive and going. But the value of this program is that it keeps staff, administrators, counselors, top to bottom, focused on getting better, which I know that's something y'all talk about anyway, but this really does help. This program does help. It doesn't cost a penny. So this principal, I very fond of this young man because he's actually helped me on some of the visits to other places, which that's an important process as well. So he's about learning, getting better, a great leader. And it's an honor to recognize Keller Middle School for its achievement, and Dan Ebley, principal.
Yeah, that's some sweet accolades there. That's awesome. That's something to do next year. Good job, man.
I'm right in the middle of it.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bring us good news again next year.
They've got another banner to hang on their wall and
Yep.
lots of great things happening at all three campuses. Super proud of the leadership that we have at those schools and the staff that make them so great. Board members, our next recognition is our powerlifting team at Pasadena Memorial. We're honoring 8 student athletes and their coach from Pasadena Memorial High School who represented PISD and District 22-6A by competing in the UIL Regional Powerlifting Meet. I'm going to bring up Coach Jamie Crocker, the campus athletic director, who you all know from Pasadena Memorial High School, and he's going to say a few words on their behalf.
First of all, we'd like to say thank you to the Dr. Powell for having us here to recognize our powerlifting team. UIL powerlifting season consists of several invitational meets beginning in mid-January and ending in late February. To qualify for regionals, a powerlifter must rank in the top 12 in one of 12 weight classes ranging from 97 pounds to 309 plus pounds. Powerlifter disciplines are the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. 8 student athletes from Memorial High School, 4 boys and 4 girls, successfully qualified to compete in the UIL Regional Girls Powerlifting Meet held Thursday, March 4th at Alvin High School, and the UIL Regional Boys Powerlifting Meet held on Saturday, March 6th at Dickinson High School. And we'd like to recognize those young men and women. Representing the PMHS Boys Powerlifting team at regionals were senior Jose Jimenez. Jose lifted a weight of 1,375 pounds in the 3 lifts, and he increased his total by 180 pounds in a 6-week span and was able to place 7th at regionals. Next is junior Juan Pabon. Mr. Pabon lifted a weight of 1,345 pounds and increased his total by 165 pounds in the 6-week span, also placing 10th in regionals. Our next one is senior Giovanni Zazzo.
I do too.
Gio lifted a total weight of 1,405 pounds and increased his total by 180 pounds in the 6 weeks. And he was a 5th place medalist at the regional meet. Unable to be here tonight was Adrian Temez, a senior. Adrian lifted a weight of 1,425 pounds. He had the largest increase of 210 pounds, and he was also a 5th place medalist with Gio. Representing our PMHS girls powerlifting team at regionals were senior Laura Monroe. Allura lifted a total weight of 645 pounds over the 3 lifts and increased her total by 130 pounds in 6 weeks. Next, junior Kaylee Richardson. Kaylee also lifted a total weight of 645 pounds and increased her total by 60 pounds in the 6 weeks. Next, senior Paige Johnson. Paige Paige was able to lift a total weight of 705 pounds and increasing her total by 150 pounds in 6 weeks. And last was sophomore Brianna Ramos. Brianna lifted a total weight of 735 pounds. She increased her total by 165 pounds in 6 weeks, and she was able to place second in the 6A girls category. Brianna would go on to represent PMHS at the UIL State Powerlifting Meet on Thursday, March 18th in Corpus Christi, and with her performance, she would finish 10th place in the state. I'd like to recognize Coach Scott Stoughton, who leads our powerlifting program. He's been instructing athletes in powerlifting for 21 of his 23 years. Coach Stoughton, during his competitive years, was a 2-time alternate to the USA national powerlifting team and held many state records during his competition career. We'd like to say congratulations to them and thank you for having us.
They'll lift you up, Jeremy.
Coach Rucker, you want to get in?
Dr. Powell, I'm feeling a little weak.
I bet.
Yes.
I think I said I could use a little assistance in that department.
It was great to see all of our young people here tonight and all the amazing successes that are happening from one corner of the district to the other. I'm really proud of our staff and our students and what they've achieved this school year. So that is the end of our special recognition.
Thank you, Dr. Powell. We have no public comments related to items on the agenda. So we're going to move to the consent agenda. Do I hear a motion?
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Mr. Roberts. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Next is the personnel section, and I'm going to refer to Ms. Keano will introduce and make this motion, I assume.
Yes, I move to approve addendums A through F.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Keano, seconded by Mr. Kendrick, right?
Yep.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Consideration possible approval of award for self-funded health
Morgan.
plan.
Introductions?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, yes, definitely.
That's okay.
Introduce those.
Yes, I believe they're all here tonight. So I would like to say congratulations to Mrs. Nicole Bian. Hello, congratulations. You are a new counselor of Shaw Middle School.
Hi. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Congratulations. You come from Rayburn, so yeah, you have family behind you. Would you like to introduce them?
Yes, this is my husband, Arif, our son, Porter, Micah, and my mom. And my dad had to work tonight, but he's also super pumped. So
Congrats.
Well, congratulations. We're excited for you.
thank you.
Hey, mommy. Oh, mommy.
Do we have Renida Estrada? Okay, great. Congratulations. She is the new counselor at Bondi Intermediate.
Oh.
Yay!
And we know you have family as well. Would you like to introduce them?
Yes, this is my husband, Joe, my daughters, Raina and Alacia, and my son, John Alec.
Congratulations. We're excited for you as well.
Thank you.
Do we have Joanna Garza? Ah, there we see you now. Congratulations to you. Yay.
Thank you.
You are a new licensed specialist in school psychology. You were previously an intern and you were a Pasadena ISD grad.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Graduated from Dovey. Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all.
Would you like to introduce those behind you?
Yes, ma'am. I have my dad, my older sister, my mom, and my younger sister.
Great.
Well, congratulations. We're glad you stayed and you stayed in the right place.
Thank you.
Next, we have Vanessa Lara. Congratulations. You are also a licensed specialist in school psychology. You were also an intern, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And I see a lot of smiling faces there as well.
Yes, you have my mom, my brother, my sister, and my boyfriend.
Great.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Xavier Leal.
Right here, right here.
Congratulations. You are the new assistant principal at Cruz.
Thank you, thank you.
We are excited for you.
Thank you. I'm also excited.
Who do you have with you this evening?
Oh, this is my fiance, Kathleen Sanchez.
Great.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, wonderful. We are excited about all the great things that you're going to bring to Cruz.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
How about Brandy Johnson? There you are. Congratulations. You are the new Reading Academy Program Coordinator for the remainder of this year. And I guess that's it. Congratulations. And you have a lot of people behind you as well.
Thank you so much. I have my mom and my dad and my husband, Craig, and my son's on FaceTime. He's finishing his freshman year of high school in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations. And that's awesome that as a freshman, he would FaceTime you to enjoy that. So congratulations and congratulations to all of you. We look forward to seeing you as we're out and about.
Thank you, Ms. Kiana. Okay, now we're ready to move on to consideration and possible approval of award for self-funded health plan, ASO Medical Product Services, CSP number 21P 016LP to Aetna Life Insurance Company for a cost of $4,323,349 for the 2022-2023 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan. Was that you, Jack?
That was Fred.
Okay, seconded by Mr. Roberts. Thank you.
I got to feel a little weak tonight.
Discussion?
I just thank everyone that works on this, whether it's our HR, Bonnie Condi, and of course our business office as well. They just do a great job making sure we get the best product for employees.
And this is definitely, our self-funded plan is definitely a positive for our district, you know, I
Absolutely.
mean.
Great benefit for our
Yes,
employees.
yeah. I'm very proud that we've been able to keep it intact for all these years. So any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Moving to the educational section. Consideration possible approval of the district improvement plan for the 2020-2021 school year.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Kendrick. Was that you, Ms. Sullivan?
Yes.
Seconded by Ms. Sullivan. Discussion?
A lot of work's gone into this. It's a very aggressive plan, which is typical.
Absolutely. And for you that don't know, the board always receives all of our background information and our agenda on the Friday prior to the meeting on Tuesday. So we have the opportunity to ask questions of our superintendent or contact person, and we use that opportunity whenever we feel like that there is a need. So it's not something that, like Marshall says, this district improvement plan was a lot of work for a lot of people. Yeah, And we appreciate all the work that went into it and all the good that's going to come out of it. So anyway, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of the instructional materials allotment antique certification for the 2021-2022 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan. Was that you, Ms. Keano?
Yes.
Seconded by Ms. Keano. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Consideration and possible approval of the application for TEA missed school day waivers for students on the early college high school track.
So second.
Was that you, Mr. Fernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Fernandez, seconded by Ms. Sullivan. Discussion?
Just remember, board members, you've already approved this for the majority of our students, that group of students on the early college high school, which by the way is the largest graduating class in Texas. They have a little bit different of a schedule. So to be clear with TEA, we need to bring this back for that group of students.
Okay. Any questions of Dr. Powell? Then we'll vote on this. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Consideration, the next item, I'm sorry, number 4 has been pulled for further review. So we'll move on to student achievements. And you'll notice in your book, there's 7th and 8th grade pentathlon results, UIL One Act Play Awards, Scholastic Art and Writing Award, and Scholarship Dobie Student, Strawberry Park Beautification Award, Rayburn students, Region 19 members for high school band, choir, and orchestra, and Region 19 members for intermediate band and choir. So we've got a lot of good things going on with our kiddos throughout the district, and we're proud of each and every one of them. Moving to the policy section, and Jody, are you going to do this? Okay. Then we're going to ask our council to come forward and lead us through this.
Good evening, board members. As we noted earlier during the committee for policy review, we are looking at TASB Localized Policy Update 116 tonight. TASB Local Policy Update 116 focused heavily on incorporating administrative changes to the incorporating changes to the administrative code that flowed out of new legislation that was adopted during the last legislative session in 2019. Only 4 local Pasadena ISD policies were affected. Out of those affected policies, we're recommending that we not adopt one of those tonight, with the intention to bring it back at a later time with a corresponding district administrative regulation to ensure that we're not just removing some of our specific PISD provisions, that we're still incorporating those in district practices. One policy, the one with cybersecurity in particular, right, is the policy that designates the superintendent the authority to approve and select the cybersecurity training that the district is using on an annual basis. That's a legal requirement, right? That all of our employees, or the vast majority of them, take a cybersecurity course each year. Pasadena ISD has developed its own cybersecurity course, and it is on the TEA approved list of courses that we can select from. The other 2 policy sections, really, they're not major substantive changes to policies. They're really just adding clarification that's found in other sections of policy to make it, correspond and reference each other.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ms. Kinnemer.
Are there any questions?
Mr. Roberts, you're chairman of this committee. Would you like to make a motion?
Yes, I would. I'd like to make a motion related to the information she has just relayed to us. Second, Nelda.
For
Second.
approval, right?
For approval, correct.
Ms. Sullivan, second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you, Counselor.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Jody. Moving to the financial section. Okay, for information only, right. Notice of the adoption of regulation, CH regulation, employees authorized to make budget purchases. And this is only for information. So let's move on to the financial section. Consideration and possible approval of budget amendments for March.
So moved.
Second.
Is that you, Fred?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Roberts, seconded by Ms. Sullivan. Discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Moving to the operations section, we have a presentation with Energy Conservation Program. The presenters are David Goff and Sean Monroe of Synergistic.
Good evening, Dr. Powell, board members. On January 22nd, 2019, the board awarded a district-wide Energy Conservation Program Services Agreement to Synergistic. Synergistic has over 30 years of experience partnering with K through 12 school districts to achieve significant savings in electricity, natural gas, and water costs. The PISD Facilities Department has worked closely with Synergistic, their engineers, and a team of 4 full-time energy specialists to ensure that the district's equipment and operations are working at peak efficiency and optimization. Together, in the first 27 months of the program, we have successfully developed a comprehensive energy management and conservation program that has reduced the district's overall energy consumption by 28% for a net total savings of $3.32 million.
Wow.
21 of our PISD campuses have achieved Energy Star certification. And we're hoping to bring the award from Department of Energy next month, but I can't say too much because it's not official yet. So, but that's coming. We could not have achieved these significant results without the support of our board, Dr. Powell, and our facilities, maintenance, operations, and nutrition services departments, and of course our campus leaders. Without taking away any more of this presentation tonight, I'd like to introduce Mr. David Goff with our Synergistic Client Manager, and Mr. Sean Monroe is the VP of Measurement and Verification.
Dr. Powell, board, thanks. It's a pleasure to be in front of you tonight. This is Sean Monroe. He is our measurement verification specialist with our energy program, and Mr. Ben Rood in the back. He is also works with our analysis part. There's a lot of analysis that goes along with what we do. But as Kevin said, this has been a great team effort here with Pasadena ISD. I've done this for quite a few years. Before I was 31 years in Texas Public Schools up in East Texas.
Wow.
So I'm very familiar with board meetings. I was assistant superintendent, and I was kind of Kevin in my early years. So, but you have a real special district, as you, I think you know. The support we have had here is bar none, probably the top that we've ever seen. And that's the reason things are working. It's a true teamwork. It's true partnership with Synergistic, bringing our 36 years of expertise and partnering with the staff here, all staff at Pasadena ISD. So it's been a real pleasure for that. And we are here really to save money for the district, and we have been successful with that. But that's really not our goal. Our true goal is okay. Sean it's his bad. It's not my bad, because he's really,
you're on the wrong one.
He's really responsible for keeping me on the right track here. It takes a whole village for me. There you go. As I kind of got ahead of myself. The goal is to save money, and we have been successful at that, working with the district. But really, the true things that we really concentrate on that's really important to us is comfortable classrooms, couple offices. And COVID has really changed our practices because now we've been very involved with making buildings healthier, not healthy, but healthier, with a lot of ventilation practices and filtering. And our team has brought a lot of expertise there from our engineering team to Kevin. And Kevin has taken that with his group and put that into a comprehensive plan. So the people the kids, the staff really probably don't know how healthy their rooms are right now and their offices. But there's a lot of particulates and things that have been taken out of the air, just the common cold and the flu that was here last year. And so kudos to the district. So really the safety and the health of the buildings and comfort is number one. If we can accomplish that, savings will come. And that's what's happened here.
Wow.
And then now we are really more towards creating a culture of sustainability for our kids. And, the green initiatives, we had Earth Day celebrations last week and some things like that. So it's very important. So again, the things that we have are you fixing to ding me?
Just hit an arrow. Just hit that.
That's me. John?
My turn.
Take it.
I'm the numbers guy. Thank you again. Actually, I'm just going to review what Kevin already presented. We are in the 27th month of the program. Net savings to the district has already topped $3 billion. As the promise back in, I see people fanning. It wasn't us, we promise. Our 4 energy specialists that are hired in the district, that are embedded in the district, have been in the buildings over 4,000 hours. Particularly during the times when no one's in the buildings, like right now. I almost guarantee you that at least one of them, if not all 4 of them, are in the buildings, walking the buildings, making sure the equipment is running as it should. And as Kevin said, you've reduced the energy usage, electricity and natural gas by over 36%, which is well and above the national average. The Energy Star even recognizes. So just to kind of give you some financials, when the program started, Pasadena ISD was sitting at about $1.55 per square foot in utility expenses. You now sit at $1.09.
Wow.
So that's a huge accomplishment, even with the elephant in the room, even with the COVID and everything being shut off. Pasadena has done an amazing job to go above and beyond what the national average is to reduce energy consumption during this time. And this with a 1 cent increase in electricity, kWh. Even with the 1 cent, you are in the 1 cent increase to the rate, you're at $1.09. From a Department of Energy standpoint, they look at the energy usage per square foot, and you were sitting at a very healthy 61.3, and you are currently under 40. The goal is to get you down to 30. And so we're well ahead of the schedule to get you down there and get you as lean as we can get you, or get us, I guess. Finally, this was mentioned before, and it can't be said enough. Energy Star Department of Energy increases the bar every year to achieve this certification, to be certified as a Energy Star certified building. That means that you are in the top 25% in the country in that type of building, and 21 of your buildings were able to achieve that goal, even as they increase the bar every year. And yes, there is another certification that we're hoping you guys will be hearing about very soon. Finally, just kind of an add a little bit of the secret sauce to what we do. We leverage technology to help communicate with the district, to help document what we see, to help task out what we find, and the district responds in such an amazing way to everything that we've been able to recommend. And the 4 energy specialists, along with the district, has helped us as a group. We really don't see it as synergistics program. it's Pasadena's program, and we work with you and in tandem to do that. And I'll pass the rest of the time off to David. Just hit that arrow.
Which year, Sean? So looking forward, our next steps, building on successes. We continue to develop our energy conservation culture to protect our natural resources. Strategically plan for extended breaks to achieve greater savings. That's again, a lot of our savings comes at nights, weekends, and holiday breaks. The summertime breaks, when a lot of people are at the beach and doing those things, our guys are working. And again, that's how we find the savings when nobody's there. Just eliminating wasted energy. If something's running at night that shouldn't be running, nobody's there. We need somebody to catch that. And that's what we do. And we use our technology, our tools to communicate that with operations, and they step in very quickly. Communicate the program to different organizations through social media, newsletters, and websites. And we have those ongoing now and building. Continuing to work to ensure comfortable and healthier learning environments, as we said, and then celebrating the Energy Star building certifications. So again, thank you for the teamwork, the partnership. As Henry Ford said, if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. And that's really our motto. And our founder, Dr. William Spears, he keeps us at true north all the time, and that's some of the practices. So thank you again for the board for entering into the contract and giving us a chance. It's very important. We partner with a lot of school districts in Texas. We partner with a lot of school districts in the Houston area. A lot of them south. Just here that I've worked with is Friendswood, College of the Mainland, Texas City, South, Dickinson. We're working with New Caney, Katy, Fort Bend, Spring. So there's a number of districts we're working with. And again, our benchmarks tell us that we have a long way to go here. We still have plenty of savings. So again, thanks to the community for supporting our program. I can't thank Kevin, Steve, and Tom enough. Even though we want to make sure that everybody's comfortable in the classrooms, there are times when mechanical equipment it doesn't cooperate and something happens and people aren't comfortable. And naturally, if you have an energy program, guess who gets the blame for that very quickly? And these guys have made sure that they've come to our aid to support us and get the different aspects going so we can get that equipment fixed quickly. Okay. Thanks to the custodians working with us, all employees, teachers, staff members, administrators, and all the leaders. We have a lot of people here that have really started drinking the sauce, and they're spreading the news. So anyway, it's a perfect storm the right way. A lot of times the perfect storms aren't, but this has been, and it's been an incredible program to date, but it's just going to get better. So
thank you for your presentation. Thank you, Synergistic, for being such great partners. And we look forward to continued savings in the future. This is something over and above what we expected.
Yeah.
And so we are very grateful.
Thank you.
Very.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for your
Thank you.
support.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on. Consideration, this is still part of the operations section. Consideration and possible approval of change order number 02 for the Pasadena High School Culinary Arts Kitchen Renovations Project in the amount of $22,817.91.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Mr. Roberts.
Yes.
Discussion?
I have a question. Kevin, we've had some real issues since we started this with some unusual situations. How close are we to completion?
I'm projecting the end of May. We had a electrical panel that had to be reordered. So the equipment couldn't get hooked up until we had that. So
And remember, we had the foundation issues.
Right.
That we had to address as well.
So we'll be ready full speed by next school year.
correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This the remodel of the
Culinary
arts
kitchen.
cafeteria
For Pasadena
at the
High School. Mhm.
What, how many square feet in that remodel? You know offhand?
I don't know offhand. I'll have to get that to you.
It's going to be an awesome thing for those kids. And, it was, I'm glad we were forward thinking enough to be able to do that and to provide that kind of facility for those kids because it's a
Absolutely.
great program.
Yep. I'm sure South Houston and some of the others, Rayburn will be asking for
Yeah.
something after they see
Yeah.
the state of the art kitchen, but we are proud that we were able to do this for these students.
Absolutely. Any other discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Anyone have any questions on the construction update?
I've got a.
Okay.
Mr.
Mr.
Only
Roberts?
thing I think I mentioned this the last meeting. You've got construction projects that you're looking at and you're gonna be bidding on and so on and so forth. Don't wait too long. A 2x4, what is it, 2x4 by 8 foot long, pine timber has gone from $2 and something to $8 and some odd. And so you need to get your prices locked down and put some options in there and so on and so forth. I just encourage you just not to wait too long, just because it's kind of a crazy situation. And it may be horrible in the next 3 to 4 years. And so the quicker you get those things taken care of, probably the better you are locking them down. And I don't know what kind of options you've got there or what you can do with the contractors or the architects or whatever. But I will just tell you, prices are crazy. Noble, I'd hate to be loaning money right now because it's probably just not enough. And so that's just a little bit of advice, just you need to move forward because it's not getting any better.
Kevin just sent me a whole document on the increasing construction costs. It's quite lengthy.
Was it OSB plywood or whatever it's called, gone from like 10 something a sheet to 40 something dollars a sheet. So I mean, it's nuts.
Yeah.
That's not even talking about steel. Steel's good doing the same thing. So I won't be here to vote on it, but y'all need to really be aware of that and don't wait too long. Anyway,
Fred,
that's all I
thank
got to
you
say.
for your input and for your knowledge of what's going on
So it's
out
only-
there. And
It's kind of short, but it's the truth. so.
I know that. Appreciate it. Okay, did we vote on that? Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's move to the miscellaneous section. Consideration and possible approval of the facilities use agreement between Harris County and Pasadena ISD.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ms. Sullivan, seconded by Ms. Keano. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Now, it's time for me to announce board credits, and y'all are gonna have to bear with me because I'm supposed to be reading all of this. Do I have to read this last page? Okay. Under State Board of Education rule, completing required continuing education each year of service is a basic obligation and expectation of any sitting board member. The board president or the presiding officer is required to announce the name of each member who, number one, has completed the required continuing ed, has exceeded the required continuing ed, and is deficient in meeting the required continuing ed. The requirements for training are measured as of the first anniversary of the date of the trustee's election or appointment or 2-year anniversary of his or her previous training as applicable. There are 9 training areas for board members continuing education. Number 1, local district orientation. 2, introduction to the Texas Education Code. 3, open government. 4, cybersecurity. 5, post-legislative update to the Texas Education Code. 6, child abuse prevention, identifying and reporting abuse, trafficking, and other maltreatment of children. 7, evaluating and improving student outcomes. 8, team building, and 9, additional continuing education. As board president, I hereby announce the completion of continuing education credits received by the Pasadena Independent School District Board of Trustees for May 1st, 2020 through April 27th, 2021. The following information will be reflected in the minutes of the meeting. Local district orientation. No new board members were required to complete local district orientation training for the time period covered by this announcement. Introduction to the Texas Education Code. No new board members were required to complete the introduction to the Texas Education Code training for the time period covered by the announcement. Open government. No new board members were required to complete the open government training for the time period covered by this announcement. Cybersecurity. The following board members have completed the annual cybersecurity training: Vicki Morgan, Maricel Keano, Fred Roberts, Nelda Sullivan, Jack Bailey, Kenny Fernandez, and Marshall Kendrick. Post-legislative update to the Texas Education Code. No board members were required to complete post-legislative update to the Texas Education Code training for the time period covered by the announcement. Child abuse prevention, identifying and reporting abuse, trafficking, and other maltreatment of children. Following board members have completed the biennial training on identifying and reporting abuse, trafficking, and other maltreatment of children. Vicki Morgan, Maricel Keano, Fred Roberts, Nelda Sullivan, Jack Bailey, Kenny Fernandez, and Marshall Kendrick. Evaluating and improving student outcomes, formerly SB 1566. Following board member has completed the biennial training on evaluating and improving student outcomes, Jack Bailey. Mr. Bailey completed this training in May of 2020, and the other 6 board members completed this training in the previous reporting cycle. Team building. Following board members have completed the annual team building training: Vicki Morgan, Maricel Keano, Fred Roberts, Nelda Sullivan, Jack Bailey, Kenny Fernandez, and Marshall Kendrick. Additional continuing ed. Following board members have completed and exceeded additional continuing education requirements: Vicki Morgan, Marshall Kendrick, Maricel Keano, Fred Roberts, Nelda Sullivan, Jack Bailey, Kenny Fernandez, and Marshall Kendrick. And so that completes the required announcement of board credits. And I compliment all of my fellow board members for completion. I know I looked at mine, and I think this year, I was thinking that it carried over, and this year I think I have close to 50 hours. So it's not something that we take lightly. We certainly complete our training and use it well. Okay, now we're going to move to public comments, and this is for items not on the agenda. And I am going to read to you this statement. Topics not listed on the agenda, end of regular board meetings only. This portion of public comment is for speakers who are addressing topics not listed on tonight's agenda. We ask that all speakers refrain from using profane or vulgar language. Complaints about an individual student and or employee should seek resolution through the district's grievance process outlined in the applicable Pasadena ISD policy, DGBA, FNG, or GF. Along those lines, we ask that speakers respect the privacy rights of others, and in doing so, refrain from naming employees and or students during the public comment portions of the agenda. Titles may be used instead. So each person will be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes, and Mr. Roberts will be keeping time and will indicate when you have 1 minute left. and then when your time has expired. So tonight, first, we have Ms. Bobby McCain, who wants to comment on the administration building. Ms. McCain, are you here? There she is. Bobby, you're
Yes,
on.
ma'am. Okay. Thank you. Good evening, Madam Board President, board members, and Dr. Powell. My name is Bobby McCain, and I am a proud graduate of J. Frank Dobie High School, class of 1988. I currently serve right now as in our district as one of the directors of special education. So my purpose for speaking tonight is to publicly thank you for your dedication to our district and committing to a new administration building. I'm grateful we will no longer have to worry about coming to work to discover issues in our personal workspace due to the settling of our building. The foundation has settled so severely it has required costly and repeated leveling work, resulting in cracks in the floors and walls in almost every area. We have witnessed firsthand our coworkers returning to work to find their desks separated from the wall or items on the floor that have fallen due to the settling of the building. As our district has grown, we have had to reconfigure office space for new work areas. Because of this, our ventilation has been rerouted numerous times, resulting in inadequate and inefficient cooling and heating across the building. Temperature fluctuations within the building cause us to ask, man, am I dressing for winter or when outside temperature, or summer when outside temperature, is 95 degrees or above? Rain is an additional burden. Our roof is no longer able to prevent water from entering our building. So when heavy rains are expected, we have to take an added precaution to remove any technology or electronic devices that may have exposed to be exposed to leaking from the rains. Productivity is diminished after each rainstorm due to having to provide extensive cleanup after rains have impacted our work areas. I know many of our campuses are impacted by similar concerns, and many of our buildings face issues such as these, but I also know our maintenance personnel do their very best to make the necessary repairs to all of our buildings. Our hope is that through your support of this new administration building, our entire focus can then be on working with our campuses and who need our support. I personally want to thank you for trusting the experts who have recommended a new building that is safe and efficient that will serve our district for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McCain. We appreciate your comments. Next, we have Ms. Shannon Reed, who is going to discuss administration building maintenance issues. Ms. Reed, are you here?
Yes. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, members of the board, Dr. Powell. I just want to say thank you for approving the plans for a new administration building and the diligent work that has taken place for years to make this a reality. It's so close and I'm so excited about it. Your time and effort in doing so is greatly appreciated. I currently work in the finance department, and my teammates and I have seen the generous amounts of money spent on campuses for students and upgrades to the facilities. Over $500 million has been spent in the last 10 years alone on campus improvements. The staff that work in the administration building have year-round schedules. We are important in the day-to-day operation of this district since we house finance, campus development, police, special programs, special education, grants, curriculum, printing, child nutrition, and human resources, just to name a few. We have hundreds of workers in every corner of the building that are exposed to working conditions that are not ideal due to the foundation issues, along with many other issues this building suffers from. In recent years, flooring has required replacement due to moisture seeping up from the foundation and becoming trapped between the carpet and the chair mats, resulting in frequent respiratory and other illnesses for our employees, not to mention repeated renovation costs that cannot be fixed without foundation replacement. So thank you for valuing us and seeing our worth in the organization by trying to give us a safe and viable work environment. We are truly grateful for you approving the new construction of the administration building and for making us feel as important, valued members of the PISD family. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Reed. We appreciate your comments. Lastly, we have Ms. Yen Rabe, who will be speaking on the topic of bullying. Ms. Rabe, you have 3 minutes.
Yes, good evening, board members and Superintendent Powell. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. My name is Yen Win Rabe, and I'm an educator of 16 years. And I rise today to give voice to a former student of Queens who offered the following testimony. As a former student at Queens Intermediate, I like to bring up bullying. For 3 years, I put up with bullying. I call myself a survivor. When I made a complaint to the principal, nothing was done. In my class, kids would pass a note around encouraging others to pick on me. I had the evidence right in front of him, but was punishment done? No, there was not. There was never a day I never come home crying because I was picked on. The principal did no punishment on the kids. The principal's job is to protect their kids, their students. Kids want to have fun in school when learning. Here's an example. While my homeroom teacher went away to another country, all her students were taken to another class. I was constantly harassed and picked on. I did not deserve it. Nothing was done, no matter how many times I would complain. Please do something about bullying. Don't let kids go through what I had to go through. But can you survive it? Yes, you can. I did. But I want to make sure other kids are safe. Thank you. We are asking that an inquiry be started regarding the current associate superintendent, who was the principal there at that time, to hear his side of the story. Furthermore, we're asking for a thorough review of how bullying complaints are being handled by the district. We have the report of a parent who had to transfer her kids from Bob Shaw Middle School to another school because she did not get the support she expected from the school staff when she reported her daughter as being bullied. Currently, a parent is dealing with his daughter being bullied at Sam Rayburn, and he says it's not going well. He adds, I think they sweep.
Well.
She muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. The website, the PISD website has one link about bullying, and it leads to an outside agency. This is totally inadequate. This tolerance for bullying has to stop. It is not acceptable, and we have to do better for the sake of our students. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Robbie. Okay, let's move on to setting the date for the next regular meeting, suggested May 18th, 2021.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Keano, seconded. Was that you, Mr. Fernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Fernandez, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. The board will now adjourn to closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.074 for the purpose of considering the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, or to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee, review the superintendent's evaluation, consider board members' self-evaluation. And we will come back and adjourn after we have completed that, but there is no further business to come before this board. Meeting is reconvening from executive session at 9:32 p.m. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? Oh, no motions necessary. This meeting, no further business. This meeting is adjourned.